Hi, this is Nicole Lee with Health, Beauty, and More. I just want to talk about acrylic pouring techniques. And if you go through YouTube, like I did, more and more artists and people that haven't tried this type of art are getting involved with it. And I'm learning a lot. There's a lot of techniques involved in pouring the acrylic paint. What I pour acrylic paint on generally would be a canvas, and it's better to start small because it does take up quite a bit of paint, and sometimes it's wasted depending on the how you deal with the remnants. What happens is if you don't like something, you can either wash it off before it dries, or you can save the skins and use them to make jewelry or other things like magnets. But this was just one of the earlier ones that I tried, and I have tried a few others. Here's one that's kind of cool. I used some Liquitex pouring medium with this one, and I added a little bit of some cream that had mineral oil in it, to see if that would change anything, and I think that's where the little white spots came out. But this was a really nice one that for a beginner, this is what it came out to look like. And then today I was practicing with an dropper, and I put a little white paint in that and some water because I found this shell from the beach. I don't know if you can see it. It's very wet, so I don't know if it'll show up very well. But you might be able to see some of the, what I did is I blew the white paint through this, the open, the end, took it apart and blew through it so that it would create these little stringy effects on the surface of the shell, because it's kind of a very neutral color the way it turned out. It's still drying, so I don't know. It's just an experiment. It's really messy when you do these pours, so you can invest in some gloves that are disposable, and I did that. Save your hands and some of the cleaning, because it does get everywhere, and the larger the surface, the more mess you're going to find. So I went to the dollar store for one thing and got these plastic shower curtains. They're $1, and they're thin, but that doesn't matter too much to me. And you can use them more than one time to spread around you, because when you are using this technique, sometimes things happen. It's inevitable. You're going to drop something, or something will spill out, or the brush, if you're using a brush, will spray out too much paint and land someplace else, and you'll look at later and say, well, I wasn't even over there. How'd that paint get way over there when I'm right here? But it does tend to do that. It's Murphy's Law. Anyway, there's so much to learn, and I don't know where to begin on this, but some of the things that I would start with, if you're just wanting to get it started on it, is you don't have to do this, but I'm going to get a torch, which is something you can use indoors, and I found one pretty reasonable, some site, and it was like $10 for 4 of them. I bought them because I think they already have fluid in there, so you don't have to purchase the fluid, just to help get those cells to pop up on your surface. And you don't have to use silicone. There's tons of other things as well. And the pouring mediums vary as well. Liquitex I found is very good. I like that. And the Paint Easy or the Floetrol, which I don't have either of those, but that will help thin your latex paints and acrylic paints as well. You get these little cups, like plastic cups that you can get, or just save your yogurt cups. Those are some things to keep in mind for mixing. And the coffee stirrers, you might want to save those, because popsicle sticks work too for blending to get to the texture and viscosity or thickness of the fluid that you need. So you don't want it too thick and you don't want it too thin. It's something that is a learning curve you're going to see how it works when you pour. So just start small, practice on small surfaces. If you don't like it, wash it off before it dries. But just know that it is paint you're working with, and paint can stick. So make sure that you're aware of that. Have lots of paper towels and sponges handy too. I'm enjoying it, and I can paint a lot of different things, but I just think it's kind of interesting. Although the larger surfaces, like if you were to use a 36 by 24, you really want to be confident that you know what you're doing, because it's going to use a lot of paint. And I've had the experience of not liking something that was very large and spending days and days and days just cleaning and sanding and scrubbing and washing it, because canvases are not cheap. Anyway, I hope this is good for you to learn about the pouring techniques, fluid pouring. There's so many ways of calling it. Some of them people call it dirty cup pouring, which means you take a cup, the larger plastic cup, and you pour each individual chosen paint color that's already been mixed into the larger cup. Take the canvas on top and flip it. Let it sit for a little bit. And then once it had time to go through, then lift it up carefully. And then you can maneuver your canvas. When I say maneuver your canvas around, you might want to start with panels too, because it's a little easier. And raise it up on something. Find something that will raise it up if you want the edges to be included in your pour. It always looks more finished that way. It's like wrapping a package. So by tilting it, you'll see on the videos, it will spread around and the shapes will change. But I really enjoy doing these, and I hope you do too. And I hope you get some enjoyment just watching some of these videos. If you like color and you like paint, this might be one of those things that you might consider as a hobby. And I know I've been trying to find out if it will work on already used canvases, but I haven't really had as much confidence in that working as well, because it's not porous enough. And you can do it as a practice though. That way you don't feel like you're throwing out a lot of money just to get started and see what you like and what you don't like. So I hope this helps you, and you take care. Nicole help you do more. Bye.